Where's President Trump's economic advisor when you really need him? Oh, there he is. Larry Kudlow joins us this morning. Larry, we've got 40-year high inflation, wages falling way behind price increases. Would you say that the administration, Jared Bernstein, missed anything?
Well, look, Jared Bernstein is an old friend of mine, but I think he's got the story wrong. Basically, what you never hear from any of the advisors, whether it's Janet Yellen or Jared Bernstein or Deese from the NEC, my successor, the fundamentals here were far too much government spending. There were no pay-fors. Then they sold bonds, they borrowed, and then the Federal Reserve bought the bonds and pumped up the money supply, which generated this record-breaking inflation. And we had a bad inflation report this morning from the PPI, so I don't think any of that is really settling down. The other point you will never hear from them because of the climate change mania that goes on in that White House is they threw a wet blanket over fossil fuels, and we're not producing enough oil, and we're not producing enough gasoline. We're 1 million barrels short on oil production pre-pandemic. I mean, the demand has soared, but the production is still 1 million short. And we're also about 700,000 barrels short on gasoline supplies right now. So, you know, between bad fiscal policy, bad monetary policy, and terrible energy policy, that's the witch's brew that created this record high inflation. I'm sorry that the White House and my friend Jared, who's an awfully good man, I'm sorry they won't fess up to that.
What would you do if you were in a position of real authority where you could change things? What would you do right now to change the inflation outlook?
Well, I think that on the fiscal side, Stu, I would have a domestic spending freeze. No more spending, okay?
Yep.
That's point number one. Point number two, I would deregulate and open the spigots for energy, for heaven's sakes. We need much more crude oil, and we need much more gasoline. And we've got to open the regulations, lift the regulations on permitting and pipelining and so forth. And then finally, I would just, you know, let the Federal Reserve do what the Federal Reserve is going to do. They're going to raise their rate by 75 or 100 basis points at the meeting tomorrow. But the key point from the White House is freeze spending and open the spigots. Drill, drill, drill.
Yes.
Tell the energy producers that we're not at war. Tell the energy producers we're not going to punish them, and then you'll see them positively react to that and start supplying the market. The market is undersupplied, both gasoline and oil.
He won't. The president will not do any of that, and I think we both know it, which means inflation is here for some time to come. Larry, we will be watching you this afternoon, 4 o'clock Eastern, on the Fox Business Network.